Now, even though we checked into our hotel in part 1, I decided to wait until part 2 to do a full review of the hotel stay that we had at Hotel Dumaguete. I will tell you, we looked through a lot of different reviews on different accommodations, different hotels and resorts throughout the Dumaguete area, and this one was consistent, getting really good high reviews. So we decided to choose Hotel Dumaguete, and it did not fail. This is a fairly new hotel. The hotel, I think maybe less than a year old, and the swimming pool about 3 months old since they completed that project. Everything, the accommodations were clean, they were modern, the food was consistently good, the hotel staff always looking out for your needs. The swimming pool was one of my favorite places. I really enjoyed at the end of the day going back and taking a refreshing dip inside the swimming pool, as well as when I could get a chance during the day in between some of our activities. And the rooftop lounge, the rooftop lounge and bar was a really nice place at the end of the day to just relax, have a nice drink. If you wanted some chips, nachos, or whatever, they had that available for you. Anything from downstairs in the restaurant could be brought upstairs. Very nice place. I give it 2 thumbs up. A place that Ness and I really enjoyed our stay while we were doing our trips around Dumaguete, Valencia, and Dauin. We began day 4 by going back to Dauin. Dauin, if you remember correctly in the previous episode, is where we did things by the beachside. We went to the Mahi-Mahi Dive Resort. Well, very close to that same locale in Dauin is the property that Terry and Heinz purchased, where they're going to be moving once they sell the property that we showed in part 1 of this series of Dumaguete. And it's a simpler lot. It's only about a fifth the size of the lot that they have in Dumaguete. But you know, when you start getting a little bit older, you want to start simplifying your life. So they are going to take the time to be able to spend on a smaller, much smaller farm scale at their house and build a place where they can enjoy their sunset years over in Dauin. So what we're looking at is from the view of Apo Island that they can actually see from their property, and the trip from the seaside all the way up to the property that they have on the edge of Dauin. The property on the hillside here that Terry and Heinz selected is actually 2 lots. It's 2 1,000 square meter lots that they have combined together for 2,000 square meters. One side you can see with the pavilion right there has a beautiful view of the seaside and Apo Island, where the other side that you see that is a lot of vegetation right now, they'll be using that part of the property for farming. Now, just down the road from Dauin, the very next town is the town of Sambong. Sambong has a dive resort, and it's also a resort for staying for accommodations as well. Mahi-Mahi Dive Resort down here. And that's where we're going to be spending this afternoon for our lunch. Now, Mahi-Mahi Dive Resort has a great place for accommodations right here that make it really convenient to be able to do your diver's training or actual dive into the ocean here, or it's very convenient for a trip out to Apo Island.
do chicken. Okay. Oh, you have to look also in my food.
I will. Then I'll trade you.
Now, right on the back of Mahi-Mahi Dive Resort, they are right on the beach. And you'll be able to see how close it is to the proximity of Apo Island. Right there. Now, we've been so fortunate to meet some really nice people on our trip here to Dumaguete and in the Dauin area, and today is no exception. Where I'm taking you right now is a health and wellness center, but not inside the health and wellness center, which is in that part of the building. Now, behind the Kalipe Health and Wellness Center is the Mountain Temple. This is the Mountain Temple right here. This entire building is made out of bamboo, all bamboo. The balconies are nice, and it has these like the Sawali walls here. The roof is all bamboo, as you can see right here. And I'll show you when we go inside. Everything beautiful bamboo, and you can see on the back here. You can see the stream, and listen to the sound of that.
Ready? One.
So, feel free to get your bowl. There is a
Do you want to be?
We're actually gonna enjoy some coffee and some tea and some treats like the cookie from the cookie jar.
from the cookie jar.
For a great conclusion to a great day that we spent with some great friends here.
She made it.
Okay, we're gonna do a picture here. Ready? Oh, let's see. Oh, I think I got everybody. I think 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
Maybe.
But you feel
She doesn't accept the power of suggestion. You should see how much I try to suggest things there, and she has control over me, not me over her.
No, it feels already lighter. I can see it. You see? No. Oh, even you laugh. You see?
Yes,
What's happening?
Morella's stubbornness is stronger than your control.
What's happening?
Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday to you. Make a wish. Now, because this is nighttime, what you're going to do, you're going to get an opportunity to see what it's like down here, basically on the boardwalk of Dumaguete at nighttime. Good evening!
Hello, hi,
Kumusta ka?
Okay lang.
as I'm sure you can surmise, we are back home here at Villa Feliz in Lipa City. And I want to say we had a great time in Dumaguete, Valencia, Dauin, and we had a great time with the people that we met and spoke with and our newfound friends. Now, the answer to the title of the video, should I retire in Dumaguete? Well, that's a personal preference. That's personal preference. But I spoke with a lot of people who have already retired there and people who are traveling and considering retired in Dumaguete. We spoke with local folks. We spoke with expats, and I got to tell you, there are a lot of expats, especially in the downtown Dumaguete area. But the consensus to most of them, that Dumaguete is a beautiful place. It's a great place to retire, in their opinion. But what we found is a lot of them are saying it's starting to get a little bit too congested in Dumaguete itself. That's why you see a lot of people moving to the suburbs of Dumaguete, places like Valencia and Dauin. A lot of people are doing that. The prices are going up also in those areas, as we found out when we were looking at property prices. But we had a great time and we enjoyed everybody that we met. Now, again, I said at the very beginning of the conclusion of today's episode is that it is a personal preference. Now, I got to tell you, my experience is, if you are the kind of person that you have an open mind and you are respectful and you have kindness inside of you, no matter where you go, anywhere in the world, you're going to enjoy your retirement, because retirement is what you make of it. And if you are like the people here in the Philippines who are kind and respectful and generous, and you are just like that, you're going to have no problem anywhere here in the Philippines if you find retirement here. Also, before I close for today, I want to do a little bit of a comparison between Lipa City and Dumaguete. When you're selecting a retirement location in the Philippines, what is important to you? Now, there are similarities, things like hospitals. They have hospitals in Dumaguete, just like we have many hospitals here in Lipa City. They have availability to shopping in both places. But one of the biggest differences, they have availability in Dumaguete to the sea. The ocean is right there at their doorstep, where we have to travel maybe 45 minutes to an hour to go to the seaside here in Lipa. But we also have something that they do not. We have some of the mildest climate. And if climate is very important to you, that should be a big consideration of your selection. Here in Lipa, we have the third coolest climate in the Philippines in the factor of big cities. Baguio, Tagaytay being second, and Lipa City being the third is coolest. We rarely ever use our air conditioning here, but when we were in Dumaguete, we found we were struggling with the heat and the humidity there. So I think if you decided to retire in that area, consideration for making sure you have solar to power those air conditioning units while you're there, that might be a big priority. Also, something that we noticed was cost of living. I think the cost of living might be less expensive in Dumaguete than here in Lipa. Maybe because we're closer to Manila, and I think the big cities drive up the cost in smaller cities like here in Lipa. But we found that transportation costs and for dining out experiences were much less in Dumaguete. Here in Lipa, if you were to catch a tricycle, say from SM Lipa, the shopping mall, to our house here, it might cost you 150 to 200 pesos for two people to take a trip from there to here. If you were in Dumaguete, we found that the cost for the similar trip from point A to point B is about 20 to 30 pesos per person. And I also like the tricycles a little bit better in Dumaguete. Simply, we had more space, both width and height, inside their tricycle compartments. Also, dining was a big consideration. The price of dining seemed to be extremely inexpensive in Dumaguete. We were always surprised every time we went to a restaurant there with the cost of dining here, although still very affordable, especially for foreigners, expats here. It tends to be higher than what we saw in Dumaguete. So it depends on your priority, what you're looking for, whether you want to be in a location like here or a location right there. Of course, a lot has to do with your spouse or your significant other. If their family's in the location, that's normally a major factor as well. Now, although I thought Dumaguete was a great place to retire. There's one thing that would hold me back. They don't have a Dairy Queen. That's the fact, Jack! The next thing I wanted to cover is thanks. I want to give lots of thanks to the friendly folks that we met here, our newfound friends, our newfound friends Terry and Heinz that had that property that are actually moving from Dumaguete out to Dauin. They were so kind inviting us into their home, doing a lot of the touring for us, taking us from place to place. Thank you very much for that. As well as our friends Marcus and Terry, who have the Health and Wellness Center and the Tai Chi bamboo facility on the river behind their house, also in Dauin. Thank you very much for the opportunity and giving us a wonderful welcome to that part of the Philippines. Well, I'm going to conclude for now. We're going to go back to our regular videos. We're going to go back to some of our DIY home build coverage that we're doing around here, and our gardening and our everything that we do on this channel. I hope you have been enjoying all of it. And if you have, please give me a thumbs up. Please share. And if you have not subscribed, just click on the little My PI Dream heart in the bottom right hand side of your screen. You will be subscribed, and if you ring that bell, you'll be notified the next time I upload a new video. So until such time, from all over the beautiful Philippines, you have a wonderful and blessed day. If you enjoyed today's episode and you would like to see more just like these, just click on one of the helpful links over to your right and you might be able to pick up on some good information on DIY projects, how to, or if you are interested in moving to the Philippines and building, you'll find answers there as well.